All right. Oh, you hearing me good there, Kyle?
Good night, good night. How are you?
You hearing me good? You hearing me good? Well, we starting in about 5 minutes.
All right, no problem. I'll call you back.
All right, good. Yeah, good. Not fiction. Well, as we continue to bowl the ball, I want to first welcome all of you, our viewers, our listeners, those locally, regionally, and internationally. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have been receiving a number of phone calls, as usual, in relation to the subjects that we are dealing with, which is of utmost importance going forward. We have come from a very, very, very long way in this country. We had some bad times. We have had some good times. And for the past 7 years, we are experiencing the worst times in our history. As 600 murders just around the doorstep, with absolutely no way of understanding how we reach here, while at the same time having a fair knowledge as to what, why, how, and when this country made those mistakes. We have made a lot of mistakes politically. And as a result of those mistakes, ladies and gentlemen, we are reaping the reward This reward seems as though that there is no end in sight. That even though we look beyond the horizon, we are not seeing that silver lining. We are not seeing that light to the end of the tunnel. It seems as though as we trod and as we continue in our society, that the journey seems to be getting darker and darker, until we are at the point where it seems as though that there is no light that will be able to resonate in this Trinidad and Tobago under this Keith Rowley administration. Someone said to me, well, Victor Roberts, all that time and energy and the message that you continue to bring to the forefront, for some reason it appears as though that the citizenry do not comprehend the message. And we would like you to break it down further. That the man on the street, the boy, the girl, the hustlers, the drug pushers, the alcoholics, the jobless, the poor, the oppressed, the downtrodden, we would like you to send the message so that these groups of individuals will have the opportunity to get involved to save this country. Because it seems as though the educated, it seems as though the businessmen and women, it seems as though the FUL holders, that they believe that they can defend themselves and that they have enough finances that they could hire private security. But I want to say to you that there is coming a time very, very, very soon that if you don't take stock and stand up and come out in this country, your money, your firearm, your businesses, which is already vulnerable to the criminal element. I want to say to you today that disaster is already on the treader, on your step, soon to reach inside your home. I want to tell the religious organizations who all in a sudden have pip on their tongues, so they cannot speak against what is happening and what is passing for governance in this country. I want to say to you that not even prayers will help you. The word tells you that the love of money is the root of all evil. And it seems as though that some of you religious organizations, that you are so embedded and corrupt and dishonest that the pip on your tongue did not just appear there overnight. It appeared there over the last 7 years. And that pip was purchased because you have that great love for what you cannot take to the grave when you die. And some of you would be beaten with many stripes because you have failed to defend the poor, the oppressed, the downtrodden, and the abused boys and girls. Who continues to be abused today by even some of those that provide that finance for your organization. seems as though today that Trinidad and Tobago has since become a horror house. Leave them right on the screen there, Archie. Trinidad and Tobago have since become a horror house. If you are to look at those horror movies, and you should just step out of Trinidad and watch in, what you will be seeing is nothing short of a horror house. Put them back on the screen, Archie. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to speak on a subject matter, and I pray, God, that you will share this life, something that I normally doesn't ask you to do. But I think that you should share this live this afternoon, and that you should share it throughout the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago, because I am going to deal with Trinidad and Tobago. We are reaping the benefit, not from our oil, not from our gas, not from our liquefied LNG, not from our asphalt lake in Labre, not from the good deeds of the citizens. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we are reaping the reward of this honest politician in Trinidad and Tobago. Dishonest politicians. And when I use the word dishonest politicians, I think that everybody should pay attention. What's the definition basically of dishonesty? Deceitfulness showing in someone's character or their behavior. What's the definition of a politician? A person who is professionally involved in politics, especially as a holder of an elected office. I am speaking to you tonight. We, ladies and gentlemen, have in this country, Trinidad and Tobago, too much of dishonest politicians. Too much of dishonest politicians, whether it be by elected or whether it is of an appointed nature. Deceitful politicians have Trinidad and Tobago in this crisis that we are now faced with in our country. It seems as though that these politicians have not yet understood what's the true meaning of honesty. It seems as though that politics has since become the avenue to get rich by dishonest means. It seems as though, ladies and gentlemen, that honesty means nothing after they are elected and even when they are appointed. Honesty and truthfulness married, its husband and wife. You have to be truthful in order to be honest. And you have to be honest in order to be truthful. Honesty and truthfulness is a facet of moral character that connotes positive and virtuous attributes such as integrity, straightforwardness of conduct, and this goes with the absence of lying, cheating, thieving, etc. Honesty also involves, ladies and gentlemen, being trustworthy, loyal, fair, and sincere. Something that we continue to look for in this government and cannot find. When you, as the citizens of this country, allow dishonesty to lead, you are not only a part, you are not only condoning, you are not only supporting, but you have compromised your integrity. this word integrity, it expresses that even when no one is watching, you will do the right and correct thing. You will be honest. You will be straightforward. Even when no one is looking. But you, ladies and gentlemen of this country, you have allowed this honesty to become a normal way of life. And now you are reaping the reward from dishonesty. When the criminal come to rob you, you cast that stigma against that criminal, while you are supporting and allowing the criminal gang to run this country. You have drawn a line between crime and criminality. You have separated crime from criminality. And you look at the criminals only as those who will rob and kill, while you allow the criminal gang, while you support the criminal gang. You have failed to understand that the man with the gun, the criminal with the gun, might kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or even 600 citizens, while the criminal gang will kill the whole nation. What is happening in Trinidad and Tobago today is a reflection of the criminals that sit within the judiciary, the criminals that sit within the law association, and the criminals who run in the government. That is the reward that you are reaping today. We have allowed so many criminal acts to be perpetrated against the country, against the Constitution, and worse more, we have allowed these criminal acts to be perpetrated against the children, the future of this country, who cannot defend or help themselves because of their tender age. We have seen, ladies and gentlemen, the criminal behavior of those who sit in government. We have supported criminal behavior. We have seen a prime minister who supports criminal behavior by his colleagues. A comment to Kamla Prasad Bisesha just now. Hold on. A comment there just now. We have seen, ladies and gentlemen, a woman with $143,800. And today we have no account. Today we have no information. But yet that woman is still sitting in our parliament, sitting as a government minister, while between the DPP and the police commissioner, we cannot get answers. We have seen, ladies and gentlemen, a special branch report we heard about a $4.4 million in a venture credit union account. We have seen a minister of government and whether he recused himself now or not, his woman continue to get contracts, to get money from the same government that he is serving in right now as a minister. And yet the Prime Minister supports those we're speaking about dishonest politicians. We have seen the first Attorney General who jamming on Rigelo, the mayor of San Fernando, put together with, according to him, knowledge of 6 other ministers, this big indemnity plan treading into the authority of the DPP. Going outside his scope of authority. Paying millions of dollars to foreign attorneys. To represent a man who dare lock up. Within this scope, we are now learning that the man had authority to be dishonest against 2 politicians. ladies and gentlemen, the dishonesty continues. We are reaping the reward of dishonest politicians because we have seen members of the cabinet who ought to be looking steadfast in the interests of the citizens of this country benefited and continue to benefit with millions of your taxpayer dollar by simply recusing themselves, walking in and walking out. There was a game long time we used to play, in and out, the dusty window, in and out. That is what they are doing, and bathing in your money while you cannot provide food. Dishonest politicians. We have seen, ladies and gentlemen, the now sitting Attorney General went to a foreign court and lie under oath come back to our country and still sitting on the chair as a disgrace to the international community, as one who bears the name and authority as an attorney general. Dishonest politicians. We have seen the Minister of Utilities tell this country that a hotline was set up so when you have problems with WASA, you could call direct. Lo and behold, you could call from now until thy kingdom come. The hotline have since became cold. Dishonest politicians. We have seen a minister of national security who telling the country today that 70% of this country want him to fail. Dishonest politician. The country do not want Fitzgerald Hines to fail. Fitzgerald Hines is a failure in every ministry that he ever set his feet in, since from the days of Patrick Manning to now. Actually, that a clip where Manning say, show me a thief and I will show you a liar. If they can't speak the truth in small things, they cannot speak the truth in big things. I wanted to look for that tape for me before I reach where I want to go. Well, if you have it, run it one time.
It raises a question, ladies and gentlemen. If they cannot speak the truth in small things, imagine what they will do in big things. My mother used to say, show me a liar and I'll show you a thief.
Dishonest politicians. We have a prime minister of this country, Keith Christopher Rowley. Keith Christopher Rowley. Play the tape again for me, Archie. Just play it again.
It raises a question, ladies and gentlemen. If they cannot speak the truth in small things, imagine what they will do in big things. My mother used to say, show me a liar and I'll show you a thief.
Dishonest politicians. We have a prime minister of Trinidad and Tobago who stand up in front of your face, Trinidad. Who stand up in front of your face and tell all you that the government not closing down Petrotrain. If you're closing your fridge door, in case you was in the bathroom, in case whatever, and while the man was telling you that, brass face, bald face, the man was making preparation to shut down the same thing that he tell you that he not going to shut down. Dishonest politicians. Dishonest politicians. And when you have dishonesty to the head of a government, ladies and gentlemen, the whole government would be dishonest, because the word tell you that when God created this place, he said every tree will bring forth fruits of its kind. So what you would expect to happen in government when you have a prime minister who stand up bold-faced, brass-faced, and lie to you, the public? What do you expect?
The children, the neighbors, and all those who are attached to the Petrotrain business, to make one clear statement to you. First and foremost, the government is not closing down Petrotrain. And in case you were just opening your fridge and you didn't hear that when you closed the door, let me repeat it. The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrain.
Dishonest politicians. You have a prime minister, ladies and gentlemen, who filled out an integrity form and put part, declare part, and telling you that he is some good businessman or some salesman and he gets some gift, and the UNC this and the UNC that. I am telling you, dishonest politician, we are reaping the reward from dishonest politician who sits in government and lie to you on a daily basis. I remember when Delcy Rodriguez and the whole PDVSA team came to Trinidad and Tobago, that Rowley stood up together with Stuart Young and tell this country that this meeting was about COVID-19. That is what they tell you. They allow a plane with individuals who is wanted by the United States to come to the diplomatic center, and then Rowley will tell you that he now coming to know some man named Ashtubal Chavez. dishonest politicians.
Request was made. The Vice President of Venezuela wanted to come in and discuss COVID-19 and how the approach to COVID-19 was being dealt with.
Now that Fugate has been exposed, Keith Rowley is lying non-stop to cover his tracks.
And today I want to ask Prime Minister and National Security Minister, did Ms. Rodriguez have in her company, apart from the flight crew, 5 other persons on that flight, one of whom was the president of PDVSA?
This is what we accepting, and this is why we are in crisis. This is why the murder rate will continue to spiral in this country. This is why robberies will continue. This is why murders will continue. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, because you of this country, you the citizens, you have supported, you have stood up, you continue to defend dishonest politicians who lie to you on a daily basis. So what do you expect will happen? What do you expect will happen? It is about time, ladies and gentlemen, we get back honesty in governance. It is about time. I could tell you tonight that Kamla Prasad Bissessa is a very honest woman. Every form of allegation, when Kamla was sitting on that chair, you know what Kamla did? Remove them. Go clear and come back. Go clear and come back. But we have Keith Rowley. I stand with my ministers. I stand with Foster Cummins. I stand with Camille Robinson Regis. I stand with Alwari. I stand with Stuart Young. Just the other day, Stuart Young brother and his father, only was hearing anything about them. Only was hearing anything about Richard Young, who used to work Scotia Bank. Only was hearing anything about them. Listen up, people. Like, all you playing real stupid in this country, or like all you what going on with all you in this country, boy? All you is seeing that a country is being raped of its resources by a selective few that we can consider to be the head of the Cosa Nostra. Everybody holding secret for everybody. And all you as is citizens playing dumb, deaf, blind, and dotish. That is what all you're playing. Kamla put every individual, whenever an allegation surface, remove them. Remove them. Today in this country, dishonesty rule this tongue. Dishonesty in the church, dishonesty in government, dishonesty in the Senate, dishonesty in President House, dishonesty in the judiciary, dishonesty in the law association, dishonesty in the church, dishonesty with the chambers of commerce, dishonesty all over this country. And you, the citizens, sit down and glory in foolishness. This is not a joking matter. This is a matter, ladies and gentlemen, that you, the people, you want to fix Trinidad, then you have to remove the PNM. You want to fix Trinidad, then you have to reinstate Kamla Prasad Bisesa. And let me say this. I, Victor Roberts, and I'm certain that Kamla Prasad Bisesa will not tolerate dishonesty in government. We must not tolerate dishonesty in opposition, much less dishonesty in government. We cannot have a government in waiting. We cannot have a government in waiting and condone any form of dishonest act. And that is what I like about Kamla Prasad Bisesa. We cannot have a government in waiting and we allow individuals to commit or conduct any form of dishonest act and then take them and put them in government. What do you feel will happen? If you are dishonest out of government, you will be dishonest in government. And if you don't believe me, ask Foster Cummins why he had a problem in the University of the West Indies. Ask him. Ask him what is plagiarism. Dishonesty, ladies and gentlemen, breeds dishonesty. And when you condone dishonesty, and when you condone dishonest acts, then to the end of the day, what you will have is a bunch of dishonest people. And today, that is what we are experiencing in government today. That is what we are experiencing. You cannot tell me that any politician could stand up and make promises to the public, and after those promises were made to the public, you come and tell me that you is a politician and you just lie. I will never accept that. You cannot accept politicians making promises before an election, and after the election finish, all that was a promise. No dishonesty. It's about time Trinidad and Tobago demand honesty in governance. Demand honesty in every sector. We are seeing a commission of inquiry, and you could count on all your fingers and all your toes and still line up people and count about the amount of dishonesty that we are seeing emanating out of that commission of inquiry. We must no longer accept that type of behavior. We must no longer accept cutthroat politics. We must not accept the stab in the back politics. Stand up like a man, stand up like a woman. But the cutthroat and the stab in the back, that is dishonesty. And let me say this: if you get in on a job, if you get in to any job, whether it's in the bank or the credit union or wherever, and you use dishonest means to get there, I am telling you, your work will very well be contaminated with dishonesty. Every opportunity you see in those financial institutions, you will utilize it. And that is why today we have so many people before the court for defrauding the bank and defrauding the credit union because of dishonesty. Dishonesty is not only a blight to society when you condone it. Dishonesty is also detrimental to the future generation. Because when you allow a bunch of politicians for 7 years to commit all type and kind of dishonest act without being accountable, that spells disaster in a dangerous way. You cannot tell me Trinidad and Tobago. You cannot tell me today that you will sit down and continue to support this dishonest government. We have seen a clip where Stuart Young went somewhere in some foreign country and speak about how much gas and we and all want to know where he getting that gas from. We cannot sit down and hear a prime minister telling you, the people, how he make a phone call to his partner to ask his partner what this fake oil was about. You really believe that was the call? Well, if you believe that was the call, that's a matter for you. You could believe what you want. Because I have seen in this country that all you believe wrongly more than all a religious book. I have never seen so many people quiet in a country yet. I have never seen these religious organizations so quiet yet in my life. So don't vex with what is happening. Don't vex because you ain't safe in your house. Don't vex because it's 600 and plus you might very well have. Don't vex when you get robbed because you ain't doing nothing to stop it. You ain't even speaking about it. You ain't even fighting it with your hands. You ain't even bearing it in your mind. Because one lie today, and by the time tomorrow you reach, you forget about that. Things will only get worse because you decide that the PNM was the right choice. I wonder what choice it is now to you. You who can't put food on your table, what choice it is now? You who can't pay your bills, what choice it is now? You who can't send your children to school, what choice it is now? The right choice still? You have heard this man tell you what he going to do for you upon entering government. The man do the total opposite. And worse yet, first summer all you sick, 2020, all you went back and support nothing. And now, all you getting nothing, all you dumb on top of it, all you speechless on top of it. The bandit robbing and killing and doing all you want. I ain't seen nobody walking up on the streets. I ain't seen nobody say we walking against crime. I ain't seen the churches jumping out. First the sick, Rowley call a day of prayer. All of them jump out. Rowley who lied to all you left, right and center, call a day of prayer, but all of you jump out. First all you sick. First the comments in a church and be them and they want to like. No crime over running the country, but yet still all your family getting killed and all your quiet. You could believe that? All your loved ones getting murdered, gunned down here, there and everywhere, but all you still quiet. All you can't put food on the table, but all you still quiet. Don't talk about these institutions. Don't talk about the law association. Don't talk about the judiciary. I think if you find a few good lawyers inside there, which I know it have, I am telling you the majority is sick people. You know why they're sick? A couple months ago, Kamala read out how much million this one get, how much million that one get, how much 100,000s this one get, how much 500,000 that one get. And all of them kick up a brass. All of them kick up a brass. You know why? Because the public must know that money buy loyalty to them. They have sold their loyalty to money. Money from the PNM. Money from Amor. Money from Rowley. Money from different ministries. They sell their soul for money. They don't care about truth and honesty. They don't care about who honest in government no more, you know. What them care about is brief. Them care how much millions they could make before the PNM come out of office. So they will pat Amor on the back and say Amor is a nice boy. But you go and lie on oath. Go in any court, whether for obscene language, are using the most petty crime, minor crime. You go in the box and lie under oath in an obscene language case and see if the magistrate and jail you. But we have an attorney general who going to lie in a foreign jurisdiction, and yet all the big boys lawyers in this country pat him on the back and say that is a good fella. You know the song, he's a Johnny Goodfellow, he's a Johnny Goodfellow. Yes, he's a Johnny Goodfellow, and he's Johnny Good because they could get brief from the Attorney General office. They could make million with advice. They could give Faris advice, but they ain't telling you how much money they get for the advice, you know. But they will tell you all that they are good boys. So when crime escalates, I want you to know who to blame. The only sad thing in this country, is the poor people always pay the price for the rich mistake. The poor people always pay the price for the rich mistake in this country. You cannot tell me, Trinidad and Tobago, that you are competent and comfortable with what is going on in this country for governance. You cannot tell me that you are satisfied with what is happening in this country. This is sad days. Every office contaminated. From the president come down, and you, the people of this country, you do nothing about it. The supporters of the UNC, where all your voice? Where all your voice? That is my question here this evening. What all you believe is just about Facebook? Is just about chat? It's just about texting. That all you believe it is? Let me tell you something. All you could text from now until Christ come, that cannot move Keith Rowley and the government. All you could post up on Facebook how much all you want. That not going to move Keith Rowley and the government. Until all you get up off all you behind and take to the streets of this country as the Constitution provides for you, is until you will sit down behind a keyboard with this group and that chat and text until Christ come and nothing will change. You feel pretty text will change this government? You feel talking how much ills Rowley do will change the government? That ain't changing the government. Get up off all your butts. Get up off all your safe zone, because it ain't even safe in all your zone. Get up off all your bottom and let us stand and do what is lawfully right to move this government. Forget about them third party. Waste of time. Dishonest politics. Dishonest politics is what have third party jumping up. You know why? Because they believe that that is a strategy to utilize, to go into negotiation with the UNC. That third party is not against the PNM. The PNM don't need no negotiations from them. The PNM don't want to see Philip Alexander and Gary Griffith and the whole team. You feel the PNM want to see them? The PNM are no use for them. But dishonest politics is the most dangerous thing in this country. Because everybody wants to sit down on the chair of the Prime Minister. You know why? Ask them why. They don't want to work for it. They want to negotiate for it. They want to bargain for it. That is what they want. And that is what dishonesty does to individuals. All they see is the ego. All they see is the opportunity. That is all they see. You feel they see in country. You feel they see in loyalty. You feel they see in you and me. They see that. They see in power. They see in millions. They see in the authority to do just what the PNM doing. That is what all of them seeing. This is serious business. Now is not the time to monkey around. Now is not the time to joke around. This is serious business. This is your life. This is your livelihood. This is your children. This is your children's future. But yet, we have 300,000 plus. But where are you? What are you concerned about? Kamla must go? That what you concerned about? We have seen the honesty of Kamla in governance. We have seen the honesty of Kamla in governance. But all in a sudden, it seems as though everybody wants to be ahead. Nobody wants to be a neck. Nobody wants to be a chest. Nobody wants to be a hand. Nobody wants to be a foot. Everybody wants to be head. The country going down the drain. The country falling apart. The economy crash. All you understand why foreign direct investors not coming to Trinidad? Foreign investors not coming to Trinidad because of dishonest politicians. You want to see Trinidad on an upswing? Put Kamla Prasad Bisesa back in the chair and you will see how investors will be flooding this country that will create opportunity, job opportunity for you, your children. You will be able to live again. Instead of that, all business running out of Trinidad. liver brothers, this one, methanol, everybody running out of Trinidad. Who in running Jamaica, running Barbados? Who in going Jamaica and Barbados, going Guyana? No business don't want to do, no people don't want to do business in Trinidad anymore. Because dishonesty, everybody want a kickback. Everybody want to bid, and I had to get something in the back. It's too much at the back, the P&M like. That's why we had the pedophile ring, abusing little boys and girls. Now it's time for honesty in governments. And we are the people who have to start the ball a-rolling to ensure that good politician, honesty prevail in government. Seven years UNC supporters sit down. Only bottom may be getting rust. First so let's sit down long. Only dying but only saying down. Only getting robbed and killed but only saying down. They invaded only home but only saying down. They taxing the life out earlier only saying down. Him but laughing at earlier only still saying down. Heinz can't keep only safe only saying down. Only can't get water in only pipe only saying down. Only can't get only pension only saying down. Only can't get food card only saying down. Everything only saying down. Well, I can understand that. Everything in this country only sitting down. Only dying, only saying down. What all you want again? Get up off all your bottom. Wake up. Put back the fire in all your belly. Put back the fire in all your belly. And let us stand up lawfully and defend our democracy. Everybody have an excuse. I can't walk, I corner my toe. I can't walk, I fish eye. Well, if you can't walk, drive. But only want to sit down in all your house and expect change will come. Go back to the history and see how change come. Change come because there was a few men who stood up and there were some followers who realized that the cause of the few men standing up was just, and they follow and they shout and they walk and they march, and change come to the country where you could have benefit, where you could have worked in the bank, where you could have worked in the oil field. Today all you lost everything, but all you still saying down. Get up, poor people, get up. Too much of wealth in this country for we to have so much poor Indian and African people in this country. Too much of wealth. Only just sitting down and allowing the selective few to put away millions upon millions. But only saying down. Yes, I am a member of the UNC, but I saying down. Yes, I support Kamala, but I saying down. Yes, I am a lifetime member in the party, but I saying down. Yes, change had to come, but I saying down. Yes, this government had to go, but I saying down. What you believe is a joke. What all you believe, what is happening, all you believe is a joke. This is no joke, ladies and gentlemen. This is serious business. What happening here will affect everybody, including the PNM police, the PNM prison officers, the PNM Coast Guard, the PNM Defense Force. If all you believe this is about PNM, hold on. All you getting a salary now, hold on. All you hold on. And see very soon where all the salary go come from. Corruption cripple every nation. Big bad Venezuela, who are badder than us financially. What corruption did to Venezuela? What it did? All you ain't understand it yet, you know. All you feel this is about power and authority. All you feel this is about slamming a boy head on the back of a police vehicle. That you know what this is about. All that happening here go affect all the children, you know. Hold on. All you hold on. You will see how what this government doing will affect all the children and grandchildren just now. All you will be shame. All you will be ashamed to know that all you support that and all you condone that and all you let that use all you to brutalize the citizens of this country who standing up to help all your children and help all your grandchildren. Hold on. Just hold on a little bit longer. If all you feel this is a game, this is no game. This is real business. We have seen the whole country falling apart. Every form of infrastructure down the drain. Road almost impossible. And yet still, all you adjust to that. All you adjusting to everything. All you had to buy water, all you comfortable with that. Just a couple years ago, all you had water busting all the pipe. Just the other all making grocery. All you paying a trolley man to push all the grocery out. You know why? Because you have an oil company work. When all you make grocery, especially around Christmas time, all them little trolley tout on them getting $1. Because what? They pushing the grocery to the car. Now the trolley tout on them balling. They ain't getting a bob if they push it, their trolley. Not a bob. All around now, poor people used to be hustling. Down in Petro Trinidad crash course. Everybody getting a 5 days. People running, walking. Everybody cutting somebody's yard. Now all that done. The ex-Petro Trin man, he had to find a brushing cutlass to cut his own yard now. All that going through the window. All that Rowley take away from all you. All you have nothing. And yet to the end of the day, all you sit down. Let us get back honest people in government. Let us demand honesty in government going forward. It matters not if it's the PNM or the UNC. We want honest people in government. That is what we must demand. We must demand that those who we elect, that they perform according to the book. We have to relook our corruption laws in this country. Too many loopholes that these corrupt politicians would escape. We have to revisit our laws. We have to close up them loopholes. It's about time we see those people who perpetrate these dishonest acts against the state, that they feel the full pinch of the prison gate. That is what we must demand. As we wrap up here tonight, I do trust and hope that you people will understand that honest politicians is what we need to move this country forward. I do trust and pray that you people will get up, stand up in this country and make a difference, that this country could breathe once more, that you could breathe, that your children could breathe, that your grandchildren, it will have enough oxygen for them to breathe. But that will only happen if we stand up as a people and demand good governance from whoever in power. God bless. Thank you. I gone.